What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today I will be doing a little bit of a different video. As you can see in the background, I have been invaded and overwhelmed by Germany. I just got on. I'm going to let them be. I really don't care. I decided I'm just going to use this for this new video, a new series. So today we will be looking at the Infantry type. And of course, this was a player suggestion, and I'm very grateful for it, and I'm going to be doing it. I'm going to do I'm going to do every single one of these tabs you see up here, one a day. The whole way. So there's going to be 5 videos on this, and every time there's a new unit added, I'm going to do it. So today I'll be grading them out of 50 on my paper here. And what I'll be grading them out of 10 on all of these is versus air, the effectiveness versus air, effectiveness versus land, effectiveness versus Z, and like C units. I said Z. And early game effectiveness as well as mobility. Those will be the 5 things I'll be grading off of. And please let's get this video to 10 likes. And I decided once we hit 50 subscribers, I'm going to be creating an alliance on here and letting all of my viewers join. And also when we hit 75, I'm going to be creating a Discord. And don't forget, if we hit 100 by the end of the year, I will be doing a giveaway. And if we hit 100, no matter when we hit 100, when we hit 100 subscribers, I will be creating a 100-player game. So basically, I'll be getting what should we call it? High command. All right. So our first unit that we will be grading, and this will be across all the board, and of course, we're looking at early game. The first units you would get out of each will be graded. First level militia, first level infantry, and basically the first level of all units will be graded. And I am going to do my cutoff at right here. Day 4 is my cutoff. Because this is starting to get into late game. People are starting to expand. These are your early game units. Actually, I'll grade them off of where we cut off. So, our first unit is infantry. Right here. We hit that with that. Day 4 is our cutoff. So, we'll hit here. And unit. Alright, so of course, this will be from my experience and what stats as well. It has a decent land attack, and I'm looking across the board. So, and armor is what you want to mainly look at. Like light and heavy armor is the main thing. So, for air, we will give this a 0. Because we're looking at strictly attacking. Land, I would give infantry an effectiveness. Early game, like I said, we're looking at. I will give them a 7 for land because they are a very effective unit if you're looking for cheaper. And let's go C. And 1.7, I'm literally going to go with a 1 out of 10. This barely does anything. Mobility is decent, but not high. I'm going to give them a 10. Not a 10. I'm going to give them about a 6 out of 10. And our effectiveness of the game will be early game, actually. I'm going to give this about a 9 out of 10 for early game. I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of infantry, and I'm not a big fan of the next one, militia. I'm really not at all a fan of militia. I never use them. You'll never see me use them. The only time I'll use them is whenever I join in, and they're already made, and that's literally about it. Because you won't even see me do the research for them because I hate them so much. They do not do much damage, as you'll see here on day 4. This is level 2. Compared to them, they're not good at all. Versus C, I'm going to go a little bit out of order here, as I saw it. Versus C, a 1 out of 10. It's 0.2 points lower. Versus air is a 0 out of 10. because it doesn't have an air attack. Land, I'm going to go for because of the low ranking, especially on infantry, it's not that effective. I'm going to go a 3 out of 10. Mobility is extremely, extremely low, like a 2 out of 10 worthy, if that. The effectiveness of the thing early on, like I said, this is going to get extremely low ratings. I'm trying not to be biased and look at all this. Effectiveness, so I'm going to give this about a 5 if you're looking for the cheapest unit possible. Like, only use this if you're in an extreme pinch. I'm not going to lie to you all. I don't like it. I never have, never will. And I'm doing the real quick tally. We got 26 out of 50. Not bad for infantry. And on this one, we have an 11 out of 50. Extremely low score. Next up in this bracket, we got motorized infantry at day 4. And mechanized. So we have 2 units. These are the 2 you will see me produce the most after infantry, because I am a very fast-paced person. And I just am a big fan. I've always been a big fan of them once I get them. Especially the higher levels you'll see. They're very effective if you're like me in a very fast pace. But the problem is here, I don't like the realistic ones. I didn't realize whenever I joined. That's why I'm trying to use this as this. So as attacking, as you can see, a very, very high unarmored and light armored, and is decent medium armored attack points. Very efficient, but for air they get a 0 because they don't have an air attack. Then we have land, which is I'm gonna go for land. They're gonna get a 9 out of 10. That is a very, very high attack. For sea, we have 2.6, about a 3 out of 10. Mobility, extremely high on this. This is like 9 out of 10 here. And effectiveness early on. What brings this down from a 10 and down to it actually drops it about to a 9 with infantry is this right here. Your production time. 21 hours for current production time. But it sure does drop down, and that's why I'm keeping it at a 9. But the production time is way up, so you gotta wait for a little bit for them. And that will give us a total of 30. 30 out of 50. Highest so far, actually, by a little bit. So that moves us to our last unit we'll be looking at today, level 1 mechanized infantry. So we will put mechanized infantry. Also, I will be putting out a video very shortly after this about looking for a new game. I'm not going to join a realistic one again. Mechanized infantry, a little bit lower in this, but extremely high for armored. That's what you want to use this for. So what we got: air, land, sea. But I personally prefer them. This is another one that has a very high production time, which is going to bring down the effectiveness real quick by a little bit. But I like them whenever I have the time to produce them. So we got here versus land versus the air is a 0, but it does have a high defense. I will give them that. But versus land, this will receive our 10 out of 10. Versus sea, it's not much higher, so it will receive a 4 out of 10 because it is slightly higher. Mobility, as you can see, a very high mobility rate. This is one of the fastest units on land, but it's not as fast, so it's going to get about a 7 out of 10 since it's not as fast as a mech. But it still is very effective. And effectiveness early on. Oh, this is another 9. It's not high, but it's not low. And that will actually give us a total of 30 again. 30 out of 50. So today, what I'm showing you is if you really have the time. But early on, when you're first starting out, infantry is the way to go. By far. Because it is currently in the lead by 15 points ahead of the militia in my book. And I use it a lot more because it travels a lot faster. A lot higher attack, a lot higher health as well. And it's just all around better. Motorized infantry and mech infantry tie for number 1 because they are extremely effective if you want to go for a fast-paced war. And I'm talking like that is what you want to aim for 100%. At least that's my opinion because I am a very fast-paced player. So, see you all in a very little bit. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to help out the channel. And don't forget about that giveaway if we hit 100 subscribers by the end of 2020. Peace.